So what you see behind me is something called the Frame from Samsung. So this is this is not your typical 4K TV. This actually it's a cute LED TV. It's a 50-inch one, but what makes this stand out from other TVs in the genre is the fact that it literally is the frame. It actually looks like a picture frame when you take it out of the box. Very thin. This comes with over 1,400 pieces of art. So you can actually, when you're not using it as a TV, it will blend in as a picture frame, right, with cool pictures. Now, you can customize the colors and the materials in the actual pictures. And you can make your own frame, as I say here, right? You have different pre-configured ones, shadow box, modern, panoramic, you name it. We're going to check it out when we take it out of the box. And it is a QLED TV. So in the price, you're looking at mid-range kind of price range for a TV of this class. And this one that I have here is the 50-inch version, and model is QN50L. There's some other letters after numbers after that, but QN50. That's what you should keep in mind when you're looking at the model. So what we're gonna do now, let's take it out of the box. Let's look at this in a bit more detail and have some fun with this. So you must be asking yourself, okay, so how can this be as thin as a typical picture frame? Well, as you're going to see, what they've done, which I think is pretty cool, they've taken some of the electronics out of the TV. That keep, the TVs are normally an inch thick, maybe an inch and a half, maybe 2 inches. They've taken out the technology, all that electronics, and they've put it into a separate box that then connects into the back of the TV, right? So that box, you can actually install that in your home entertainment center next to your Xbox, your PS5 or PS4, but it's away from the TV, it's in the home entertainment center, right? So if you take out those guts, then you can actually get a real true, very ultra thin frame, which you can literally wall mount on the wall like you would a typical picture frame. Anyway, enough chit chat, let's take it out of the box and let's look at this in a bit more detail. So this is the contents of the box other than the TV itself. So we have the One Connect technology, which is here in this box. And remember I was talking about all of the, all the additional electronics in the TV that make it ultra thick. They've taken it out and put it into this box. We have a wall mount. So this actually comes with a wall mount kit, so you can properly mount your TV on the wall. We have the feet here. And we have a quick setup guide, which is really nice. What I like about the quick setup guides in the Samsung products, it's all diagrams, right? Very easy to understand, very easy to read diagrams. And as you can see here, they recommend that 2 people manipulate the TV while you're installing it. And here we have all the wiring instructions on how to connect your One Connect box to the TV. And it's very, very self-explanatory. And here on the back, we just have depending on the model that you have, because I have the 50-inch model, they just show you all of the dimensions of the TVs. Yeah, pretty straightforward. So obviously, yeah, strongly recommend that when you're installing this, especially if you're wall mounting it on the wall, you will need 2 people. Over here we have power cable built in here. Looks like some type of, I'm guessing, we'll find out in a second, but that could be cable management there. We have the remote, and this is the part of the One Connect cable. So, I've taken the other contents out of the bag, so you get a closer look at the contents. So these are the feet here. What I like about these feet, there's no left and right foot. They're just standard, feet, You can put them on either side of the TV. You won't have any issues. Here's our power cable. Now, I looked at these. These look like little wire management clips, right? And this one, I know it definitely is wire management because of the angle. It will be used for this type of cable because you don't want to bend this there too much and you can break the cable. So I'm guessing this is like a wire guide for this cable. Speaking of which, this cable is what connects the One Connect box to the TV. And the installation is pretty simple because, as you can see here, I've just taken the covers off of the two ends. These are the two plugs. It looks like a proprietary plug type system, but one end goes into the TV and one end goes into the box. But they're two different shapes, so you cannot make a mistake with this, right? This can only fit, and it's actually labeled. There's a word, it says TV on here. I don't know if you can see it, but it says TV on this. So this goes into the TV, and obviously this will go into the One Connect box, which is this, right? But if you're storing it, don't throw these away. These covers are very important because these connectors have a lot of pins in there. So you don't want to leave, if you know, during storage, you don't want to leave these naked like that because they can get dust in there and then it could affect the connection. So don't discard these covers. These are very important. So I'll actually keep these somewhere stored. And we just have our paperwork, right? User manual, brochures, and then the quick setup guide. So here is the wall mount box. Let's see what the insides look like. Okay, so we have, this is part of the mounting material, I guess. We have some stickers here. We have the wall mount instructions. Alright, pretty straightforward. Very easy to follow. Put the paper back neatly here. More instructions on how to wall mount. Obviously you will need additional equipment like a drill set and all that. And then we have the assembly in 4 parts. Alright. Those 2 parts, and then we have 2 other parts here. Now, if I'm correct, there should be some pretty strong magnets on these. Yep. It's a magnet. Yeah. Oops. So I'm going to put those over here. And then we have some screws, wall inserts, of course. Alright, and these are pretty big ones. These are like 2-inch screws, and obviously you do need some large screws to wall mount television, although it's going to be pretty light anyway. And here we have some more screws and double-sided adhesive tape. And that's it. So, and the assemblies are labeled nicely. A and B, F. There you have it this way, A and B and F. And here's E. And it's a screw assembly. And then we have our installation instructions and additional materials for the wall mount. Okay, so first observation, this thing is heavy. So it must contain like the power supply and all that good stuff that you would normally find in the TV frame itself. Taking all that out, put that in this cool little box enclosure. This looks nice. This looks nice. Take off protective covering. Wow, look at that. Very clean look. And the top surface doesn't smudge, which is good. But I noticed the front, yeah, the front might smudge a little bit, but it's a very, very clean look. This is something that you can put in your home entertainment center, next to your Blu-ray player, next to your Xbox or PlayStation, and it just fades away into the darkness because it just blends in, right? The neutral color, and it's a very clean look. All right, doesn't look like a cheap piece of plastic. It looks really nice. Now, what I've noticed immediately is that I was correct. It does have the built-in power supply for the TV built into the box. I'm sure that's one of the reasons why it does weigh quite a bit. I swear it weighs at least a kilogram. So it has some weight to it. But looking at the other ports there, you see we have the EX Link port here. We have a USB 2.0 port, which also can be a power source for an external hard drive. Here we have our coax, right, or antenna in or coax port for your cable TV. Here we have our digital audio out port, which is an optical connection, so you put your fiber into that, you connect into your surround sound system. Here we have our RJ45 LAN port, and oh my goodness, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 HDMI ports. I find a lot of these 4K TVs nowadays only come with 3, but this bad boy has 4, which is lovely because, you know, the average person has a Blu-ray player, you have an Xbox, you got a PlayStation, and you need that 4th HDMI port for something else, right? There's so many really cool peripherals out there that you can hook up to these TVs. So speaking of hookups, so the third port, HDMI 3, also doubles as an eARC port. And over here we have our One Connect port. So this is where you connect that special cable we looked at earlier to your television. And it has that proprietary type port, so you cannot make any mistake and put something else into this port. Now, there's an extra port on the side here. Oh, wrong side. Over here, yeah, there's another USB port here as well for peripherals. Other than that, there's nothing else, right? Yeah, and I would strongly recommend, because I'm sure that there's for the remote, the sensors in the front here somewhere. I'm sure of it. So it actually, when I install this, when you install this in your home entertainment center, make sure that the front here is visible, right? Because I'm sure there's a sensor in there for your remote. But this is the One Connect box, and yeah, it does. I can't stress this enough. This actually has some weight to it. So they put all the heavy stuff out of the TV, put it in here, and I'm sure that when we do look at the TV screen itself, also known as the frame, it's going to be nice and lightweight, right? The QLED screen. And just in case you need additional help on hooking up this thing, we're going to go through hooking up the One Connect box, but there's even on the box itself simple diagrammatic instructions on how to connect it up. Ain't that sweet? Look at this remote. Now this remote is actually a couple of major improvements on this thing. One, you no longer need these things to run it. Yeah, these things are called batteries. The reason why is because at the back, well, first off, before you even look at the back, the fact that now you want to get, the reason why you don't need batteries, one is that it has a built-in lithium-ion battery, which can be charged through this USB Type-C port. Now, this doesn't come with a cable or a charger, so you can use your phone charger, your phone cable, USB Type-C cable, and plug it into your laptop or whatever, or power supply, and you can charge it. But better yet, it has a solar panel on the back. So using the natural light in your home, so indoors, you don't have to take this outside, this will charge the battery. So when you're not using the remote, right, you just leave it on its face anywhere in your home and it will charge the battery automatically. So that's really cool. So because of that technology, you no longer need to be wasting money on these things. Right? Now, that being said, this is called the Samsung Solar Cell Remote, also known as the Samsung Smart Remote. Now, let's look at the buttons a bit more closely here. So, let me just zoom in here. So here we have our power button, right, on the top left-hand side. Here in the middle, this microphone, that's our voice assistant button. So you press that to activate your Google Voice or your Amazon Alexa or whatever voice service that you have on here. On this color number button, if you press this, the color buttons window will come up and the virtual numeric pad, and they're displayed alternatively. Now, this one button gives you that virtual numeric pad. Now, traditionally, on the older remotes, you had all these buttons. It looked like, like the cockpit of a plane for all these buttons. So you have all these buttons, but now they've removed all of those, and all you have is a single button here, which is used to activate your virtual numeric pad on the screen. Now, this button on the right here that has these multiple screens, this is the multi-view button. You press that and it goes into multi-view mode. Now this is your directional button, so up, down, left, and right. Now on the older designs of the remotes, you just had like 4 separate buttons. And I found what really sucked about this, right? And this is something that you don't really realize until you are in that situation. In the dark, these keys don't light up. So sometimes you're trying to fumble which one is the up and down button if you want to navigate to Netflix or whatever, right? So what's good about this is that all you have to do in the dark, you just can feel the circle, and then you can then intuitively press up, down, left, or right to activate, to navigate your way around your application in your TV, which is pretty cool. So continuing on, we have the return button here. That's our home button, and then this activates or gives you access to your play and pause button when you're playing and pausing your multimedia. Here we have our rocket key up and down for our channel changer, and here is up and down for volume. And then here we have our Netflix hotkey, our Amazon Prime Video hotkey, and our Samsung TV Plus streaming service hotkey as well. At the bottom we have our Samsung logo, and this little candy bar form factor is all it takes for the modern Samsung remote. Alright, so that's what it looks like now, and this is what it used to look like. Look at that. That's like chalk and cheese, my friends. Chalk. Okay, so we've taken the TV out of the box and I've laid it on a flat surface. I've used the packing material that it has come with and put that on the flat surface, and this is good because it can protect the screen while you're doing your installation. Now, before we install the feet, I just want to make a quick observation. You can see how thin this TV is, right? Because remember, we took out all of the guts, all the heavy stuff. So the power supply and other electronics as well, all the ports, circuitry for the ports, and in the ports themselves, they're all in that box called the One Connect box that we looked at, right? So because of that, this form factor is ideal. If you want to wall mount this, it will literally look like a picture frame, right? And it will look really nice. But if you, in my case, I'm not going to wall mount it. I just wanted to just have this on the tabletop standing freely. So that comes with these feet. So I'm going to show you how to install these on this TV frame without the need for any tools. Now, before we install the feet, one of the things I want to show you is that on traditional TVs you normally have a left and a right foot, right? And you cannot swap them. So if it's designed for the left side of the TV, you can only install it on the left side. With this new kind of technology, it doesn't matter which side you put these feet on. You can put them on either the left or right. It doesn't matter, right? Which is good. So that being said, let me go ahead and show you now close up and bring it close in and show you how to install these without the need of any tools. So as you can see, we have this groove here, and we have these 4 cylindrical installments here, and these are metallic, right? And what's going to help them, these are going to help guide foot when I push it through the slot. Now before we do that, you have to make sure that this little clip is actually opened up and it clicks in place like this, right? You have to make sure that that's like that before we go ahead and install it. So I'll show you again, because it normally comes when you get out of the box is like that, right? So you have to put your thumb in, pull this out, 180-degree turn, clips in place, and now we're ready to install our foot. So what we do, we turn our foot upside down like this, such that this curved edge is facing up and away from the back of the TV. I then line it up with the groove, just push it in place, and then when I hear that click, that clicking sound, I know it's locked in, and that's the clicking sound. See, and that's in place like that. Now to take it off, like if I was going to move and I wanted to repack my TV, or I had a change of heart and I wanted to then wall mount it, I would have to disconnect the feet. Do it. The simple way to do it, you just hold it and just tug and it comes right out. It's that easy. So to install it, make sure that this clip is opened, 180 position, 180-degree position. And by the way, if you look closely, there's a little bump at the end here. That is what locks it into place. That's why this has to be open. Turn it upside down, line it up with the grooves, push it in place, and you have that clip, and you know it's in place, right? So that is as simple as it gets. Literally takes seconds to install. So there's no tools needed, no additional screws. It is as simple as that. Let's go ahead now and install the other leg, and then we can go ahead and put the TV in the upright position. So here's the other leg. Take the clip, open it up, clips in place, turn it upside down. This nice grooved edge is facing away from the plane of the TV. We line it up with the grooves, push it in place, and you hear the clip, you know it's locked in. To take it out, just pull it out, push it in, clips in place. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you install the feet on the frame from Samsung. Okay, so what we're going to do now is connect the One Connect box to the TV assembly, and we're going to need our special cable. We have a power cable, and these little things here are just cable managers, right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our main cable here, take off the covers that protect these pins. Don't throw these away. Keep them, store them away, because if you're moving this TV somewhere else, you may want to have these covers go back on and protect the pins that are in here, because these proprietary plugs have a lot of pins in them, so you don't want to get dust in there. Anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to take our long end, the big plug, where it says TV on the outside, that faces out, and you can see that there's even an attachment here which lines up with this on the right hand side, so you know that this is the correct orientation. So we're going to plug it into this plug here. There's a female port here, and this male port will plug into that. So what you do, you put this like flush against the back of the TV, and then you push up, and it goes right in. You hear that clip? And then this hole here, you can use one of these assemblies, and this one that has a protrusion, that's the one that plugs into that hole. There's an arrow that points up. Make sure the arrow is pointing up in the upper position. You plug that in, and that's going to clip in place, right? And then what you're going to do next, you actually can leverage, this is actually a raceway for your cable. So you can actually have it go this way or go this way, depending on where you have your One Connect box. So in this demonstration, I have my box on this side. So I'm going to have this cable go through this raceway, right? Just gently put your thumb in there, or a finger. It stays in like that. And then, now you have a lot of cable here, so you know the box doesn't have to be close to the TV. It could be at least a couple of feet away from the TV. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm just going to leave it here. Now, normally what you would do, you can have, when the cable comes down to here, you use this little blue, it's like a little bendy thing here. This is actually a raceway as well, and there's double-sided tape on the back, so this actually can stick to the back of the foot, like right here, for example. And then what you would do is just have the cable in that raceway. You stick it to the back of the foot like that, and then you can continue running your cable. Right? Now what's important about this, you don't want to pinch, you can do that with this, right? Where you can actually have it pinch like that, but with this cable you cannot do that. That's why they have this nice raceway for it, right? Anyway, so you can, you get the general gist. Now, you hook this, now this plug plugs into only one plug on this One Connect box, and it's the one that actually says One Connect. And the way the port's designed, there's only one way to plug it in, so you cannot make any mistakes plugging it in. So you plug that in like that, and now all that's left now is to take your AC power cable and you plug that into here, and then you plug this into the wall. Now here is also another raceway cable manager. It has double-sided tape on this end, and normally what you can do, depending on where you have this, you can put the cable through here like this, for example, and you can stick this on the side of the box like that, right? So it's just to make sure you have a clean install. You can put, so it's up to you where you want to put it. Depends on how you're going to set up your system. So that ladies and gentlemen, is how you connect the One Connect box to the screen assembly, and now you have a fully functioning TV set which we can now turn on and use. So here's the back of the TV, and as you can see, there are no ports, nothing like that, nothing of the like. It's just 4 VESA mounts, for the 4 screws. And if you're asking yourself, well, how do you connect the One Connect box to this TV? I'm going to show you, but the port is actually right here, right there. All right, that's where you're going to plug it in. So as you can see, it's a very clean look. And right here, you can see there's no bulge at the back. It's about 1 inch thick. And you can imagine what this would look like if you wall mounted it, right? It will just be literally like a picture frame. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that last video. If you liked it, go ahead and like it. Thank you very much ahead in advance. And if you haven't done so already, you should subscribe to this channel. 2 reasons for doing that. 1, you will get access to our weekly content that's coming out when it comes to do with TVs, TV accessories, home entertainment systems, pretty much anything to do with televisions will be coming out. And the second reason is you will automatically be eligible for our future prize giveaways. Now, speaking of prize giveaways, in addition to subscribing to this channel, you would also need to subscribe to our newsletter. Now, to get access to doing that, just click on the link below to our website at www.redtechbot.com and just subscribe to our newsletter there. And once you've done that, you're automatically automatically eligible for prize giveaways. So newsletter subscription and subscribe to the channel. That's it. Anyway, guys, other than that, if there are any TV models, TV accessories, home entertainment systems, anything to do with TVs that you would like me to review, just leave them in the comments below and I will add that to my backlog and see what I can do for you. Now, I can't promise you or guarantee I will get those product reviews done, but I will definitely see what I can do in the near future. No promises, but at least let me know and I'll see what I can do. Other than that, guys, happy TV viewing and just stay safe out there. Okay, so till next time, bye-bye.